Hi, welcome to episode 4 of Picket Fence. This lady today that has agreed to talk to us is actually my
Thank you, Vanna.
sister, Sophia. I'll let you decide who's younger and who's older. She's here from Dallas, Texas for a week. Something that comes back full circle is when I was growing up, I had a baby sister from my dad and my stepmom, whose name was Sophia, and her and I were 12 years apart. And now my kids have a half sister from their dad and their stepmom named Sophia, who is, I guess, almost 12 years apart, 11?
A little less.
A little bit less, but close enough.
But
yeah.
close enough. So it's kind of one of those weird moments. As you know, sisters often talk, and she was there for my first marriage, and she was there for my second marriage, and maybe there for my third, who knows. So, kidding. I guess, were you taken aback when you first heard that we were going our separate ways, separating? What were some of your concerns? Anything that you kind of thought was odd?
As a sister, no matter how many miles separate you, you kind of, you like want to immediately like run over. And it's like, I'm ready to roll, I'm ready to fight, I'm gonna, do what I gotta do to protect my sister. I'm
welling up.
This is just gonna be a big kumbaya. I think that objectivity comes later. I think in that moment, comfort comes first. So there was a little bit of that. This one, I don't know if you've noticed or if you know her at all or if you've caught on, is the forever optimist.
It's true. It's just better to bottle everything in. Put the emotion down.
But
don't feel anything. Happy.
It works. Look at this. Look at what has come of it.
Years of therapy. I'm just kidding.
Have you been to therapy?
No, I've never been to therapy. Well, that's not true, actually. When I first got divorced, I went to therapy to just get my head together. I just needed to reconcile how I felt. And you can't always reconcile how you feel because with your family, they're very supportive and they're going to be behind you and they're going to get your back. Your friends are the same way. It's very hard to find somebody who's completely objective. I found therapy to be the objective person in my life. They weren't 100% behind me and they weren't 100% against me. Like they were well, objective, I guess is the word that I could put.
What is interesting is you reached out to me first, I think, on social media and asked to be friends on Facebook or something like that.
I think I might have.
Yeah.
I
Was there anything that prompted that or
And when did you do that? Was it before you met her, after you met her? 'Cause
No, it was before. It was definitely before.
it was before you met her.
So I think
That's
in a weird
crazy.
way. So in a weird way, I felt like I think this became, so ladies, this became me feeling like, well, if this woman is going to be woman. So if she is going to be in my nieces and nephews' lives so actively, and she's going to be posting about them, and she's going to be, an adult influence in their space,
A role model.
an adult who is actively, with them on the daily, then I want to know this person too.
So how did you feel when all of a sudden my sister reached out to you before you met her?
I felt very welcomed.
Really?
Oh, good. I'm glad that was the message that was conveyed. I didn't know how you were going to take it, but I was like, whether she likes it or not, I'm going to keep asking her to be my friend. I'm glad she accepted on the first go around.
I felt very welcomed and I thought, wow, if the sister is reaching out to me, because you don't need to like me. You don't need to reach out to me. I feel like the sister is almost the free pass, right?
Well, I know you now, and I'm glad now that you felt welcome then, but the reality was, I gotta size this woman up. Not
We are related.
I gotta size her up. So
Maybe I am an optimist as well.
I think you have to be in this situation.
Always
Yeah.
giving people the benefit of the doubt.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
right.
And thank you for doing that.
That was my thought.
You didn't know that to me either. You could have absolutely just said, not interested.
Well, again, that wouldn't have helped anything either, right? Anybody in this situation, regardless if you're on, the ex side or the new spouse side or whatever it may be, I think it's important to remember that your family needs time, because a divorce affects more than just the couple. It affects more than just the kids. And I've seen this from my sister's divorce as well. I just think that we need to remember to give people time, to give, you know, the aunts and uncles and everybody else time, because it affects them as well.
You have to
Cope.
finish that life off. You have to put it in a box, and you have to say, that was then, this is now. And that takes time. And I think a lot of people don't get to that stage. I think a lot of people don't realize that they have to feel all those feelings, be okay with all those feelings, you included, like in different ways. As a sister, you have certain types of feelings, right? And then you have to put it away and move on. And I think that's where people get stuck, is the move on part. They're still feeling those feelings, or they're still bitterly angry.
They're mad, yeah.
Right?
Exactly, yeah.
I had a friend actually tell me, she was like, I wish my mom would be able to get over the divorce that she went through with my dad 20 years ago, because she's still angry and she's still harboring, and she's never been able to go on with her life. So I think when people ask, like, how do you do this? I think it's just feeling what you're feeling, good, bad, and ugly, and then putting it somewhere where you don't forget about it, but you move on to a new normal. And as a sister, you would have to do that with JP and Courtney, because now they're your new normal.
Sure.
They're your family in a different way now.
Then you have to be more cognizant, or just at least aware that you set the tone for how the rest of the family receives now this person or the other side of the family.
It's a good lesson, actually.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
She comes up with a couple of good ones.
You know what? Texans are smart. What did JP say about me?
He loved you.
Did he?
Yeah.
Because I ate all his food.
Nothing but great things to say
Good.
about you. Yeah, because I remember asking him, okay, what's she like? You know, do you think she's going to give me a hard time or whatever? He's like, no, no way. No, he really, he actually feels very warm towards your family. He
As I
loves
do
your
towards
family.
his. Like, that's
and
been,
yeah, exactly.
that's been a good
There was
dynamic.
never any negative anything like that. So that made me feel better too.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I think when you, just because the relationship doesn't work out between you and your spouse, you still love their family.
Because now I'm going to cry.
No, here comes tears. Thank you for loving my really weird family.